So first off, what are you most excited about for the roast tonight?
I think Clown has something like really fucked up in store, because I think that the people who set this up don't really understand his mentality. Like this, he's out of his element. So I'm very interested to see what happens with Clown.
How do you prepare for a roast? Like what goes into mentally preparing for this?
Well, I wrote a lot of my own jokes, and I knew that some of these guys were gonna go kind of hard at me. So I was like, I started out really mean, and then I went like kind of vanilla with the jokes, and now I heard about some of their jokes, so now I'm going back to being mean.
Yeah, you're like, screw that, I'm going back.
Yeah, and Corey gets the best part because he could just do the rebuttal at the end to everybody, you know. So I'm like, he's gonna fucking shred me. I better have something good for him, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
So what's one of your favorite Corey Taylor moments or stories?
Well, with Hatebreed we have so many because they took us on Unholy Alliance. They did, they got us on Ozfest. The first Ozfest that Hatebreed ever did was because of Slipknot, telling them you got to have Hatebreed on there. And also they took us on Tattoo the Earth. So between all those tours, I mean, I watched the rise of the band and platinum albums and #1 singles and everything. So it was amazing for me, and I don't think Hatebreed would be in the position we're in if it wasn't for Slipknot and Corey and Clown. So it's just cool to see them, getting honored like this tonight.
Absolutely. So in what ways do you think that comedy and metal go hand in hand?
Well, there's more crossover now, I think like 10 years ago, you would, of course there was always guys that kind of leaned into the metal world, but like now with Craig Gass and Jim Florentine and Brian Posehn and Don Jamieson, I mean there's so, Eddie Trunk, and there's so many people that, do both metal and comedy. Like Eddie and these guys go do like, Eddie will host like their, Don and Jim's comedy gigs, and it's cool because, I think it's better for everybody, the crossover.
I think it's great to see that pairing like come together so everything's not so segregated sometimes.
Absolutely. We even thought about asking Don to come and do some Kingdom of Sorrow shows because he was a big fan of Hatebreed and a big fan of Crowbar. So when we did Kingdom of Sorrow last time, we thought, would it work to have a comedian open up, the show and kind of like MC and hype the crowd? And a lot of promoters were into that idea. So you never know, it might happen.
Yeah, no, I think it does. It's like a great way to get the audience amped and in a good mood and good spirits and everything.
Yeah, and it's something different. I'm wondering, we saw it, Big J, he did like sets in between the bands before on tour, and that was great. People were cracking up, and it lightens the mood and everything. So we've seen it work before. So maybe we'll do something. Kirk. A lot of people know that I'm in Kingdom of Sorrow with Kirk. He has a That Metal Show tattoo, like huge, ridiculous. And so he would probably really want Don to come on tour with us. They would have a good time.
That'd be awesome. Well, thank you so much for talking to me for a few minutes. I appreciate it. Thanks.